Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adini G. Shafe. Well, what a night for Manchester United against Chelsea, trashing them in that particular encounter to actually get that qualification to play UEFA Champions League. It's always good to know how to do the business. Congrats to Man United fans worldwide as we actually start from home scene. But before then, having the studio gentlemen, starting from Johnny Oberchina. Good to have you, Johnny.
Good to be here.
Okay, and Emmanuel Fashemi, good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, let's start here from handball now. We look at National Division 1 Handball League starting in Edo State, precisely in Benin City, come July. That will be from July. And right now, teams can't wait to see how they will participate in this National Division 1 League. That's handball. Well, it's a good one because handballers across Nigeria will also have the opportunity, the template, to showcase their talent when it comes to handball, both in ladies and also the guys. A good one for the Nigerian Handball Federation, deeming fit to organize this competition, and also for Edo State government that will be hosting them for this particular competition that will be coming up in July. Well, Emmanuel, you look at this, this is another avenue for our handballers to showcase their handball talents. Yeah,
another avenue, big one, a good one for the Handball Federation of Nigeria. And for the teams that will be participating, they are the relegated teams. It's an opportunity for them to come up to the elite level. And two teams from both the male and female will have to progress. We have to get that qualification to the main league. And for Edo State to actually come out to accept the hosting of this event is a good one coming from Edo State government. We know that the government has actually been up and running. They've been fronting when it comes to sports, and that is what you do when you have those who know that sports is business and those who have sports at heart. And we've seen that because of the deputy governor of the state, that is Philip Shaibu, everyone in that state and some government official in a way has also delved into sports. And for the teams that would participate in, they cannot just wait for the organizers to put everything in place and then as they make every arrangement logistics wise available so that the competition can be up and running, because very soon after July I think we'll go into the league proper, where we'll have the first phase in Abuja, and then the second phase maybe likely move to Lagos as it used to be, because they'll play the first phase here and then go to Lagos to wrap it up. So, and the teams will be happy to actually get that qualification from the Division 1 tournament.
Well, from the way it is right now, Nigerians can't wait to see at least those are talented handballers. It's always an avenue for us to see talents coming up where they'll be able to at least move to the Premier League. From the way it is, handball is also thriving in Nigeria.
Yes, it is, and like he just pointed out, the Edo State government, we have to give them
kudos
for investing. I think the private side, the private industry should really try and get into promoting sports in Nigeria. As he just said, you're having a competition now in Benin, the league will start in Abuja. It shows that you can get a lot of people employment, a lot of people can find a way to at least keep themselves busy working and also doing their best in progressing in their sport careers.
A good one there, looking at National Division 1 Handball League coming up in Benin City come July. We can't wait to see a lot of handballers showcasing their handball talents there. From that particular scenario, let's talk about Nigerians breaking record. Recently, it was Hilda Basi who actually did that for cooking. But we have another Nigerian now who has done well for himself and also for Nigeria to be in the Guinness Book of Record right now for being the the boy who has done well for Nigeria, confirming that particular record as in rope skipping in 30 seconds. He did so well in that particular rope skipping. Let's look at that particular record coming from Guinness World Record, where they say Philip Solomon, 17-year-old pupil of maybe student of Imeko Grammar School, Akure, Ondo State, holder for most skips in 1 foot in 30 seconds. On January 24, Solomon officially recorded 153 skips on 1 foot in 30 seconds to outdo former record holder Rasul Islam of Bangladesh, whose record was 145. Solomon was inspired by the previous holder of this record title, Rasul Islam, after seeing a video of this record attempt. He has been training to achieve the record and went on to attend a skipping world championship. Guinness World Record announced on his website. Solomon has joined his Ijapu High School Akure counterpart, Benga Ezekiel, another Nigerian now, who was in February declared the world record holder for most skips on one leg in 1 minute, with 265 skips. So increased Nigerians' rope skipping Guinness World Records to 2. I think this is a good one.
Well, good one. I think if you look at it, first I'll have to give thumbs up to the person who actually followed this up, because if
it took time before they confirmed it.
If the video was not posted and if there was no follow-up, we would have been celebrating Solomon right now or heard anything about him. And we have thousands of them out there who has even surpassed all this record, who has done that. And you see, sometimes children just do this for fun. If you go to parks, go to schools, you see them doing it. They even stay maybe 30 minutes. They are on that skipping. But kudos to Solomon. He has done his best, and his best has shoot him up to the ladder, has taken him to the world map. Right now, for Guinness to actually recognize what you've done, you know, is a massive one. And congratulations to the two Nigerians already.
Benga Ezekiel,
who actually did first person to get there. Now Solomon joining him. Good one. And that's to tell you there's no sport that is useless. Sometimes ago on this show we just laughed about it. Now slapping of somebody has become a sport. Now they celebrate it. So
but I hope you are not coming to slap me the way you are, the way you are actually smiling. But really, it's a good one looking at two Nigerians there. Philip Solomon breaking 30 seconds, 150 thereabout, 53 rather, against the Bangladesh person who actually skipped 145 in 30 seconds. We have another Nigerian, Benga Ezekiel, who did 265 skips in 1 minute.
Massive one.
Seriously.
Massive one.
You know, the interesting thing is when I read the report, I was looking skipping, and I tried to stand on 1 foot.
It's not easy.
These young boys are really putting themselves to work. They're trying, they're training, they're exercising. It just shows that when you put in your mind and you put in the work, results will come out, and you get the praise and everything, and all the awards you would get.
And truly, you look at when you say you tried it to actually skip.
Don't even skip. I just start to stand on 1 foot. Like you know, when you want to exercise and you lift the foot up, I can't. 30 seconds is
imagine somebody within 30 seconds, 153 times skipping.
Big one, like you said. It's not an easy job. It takes you to be consistent with what you are doing,
and you must be fit.
You must be fit. And if you look at this right now, that Solomon is actually physically fit and strong, because if you are not fit, you can't even do, let's say 2 seconds, you can't even do just one skip, or let's say 5 skips, you can't even do it. But for Solomon, I think he has actually done his best, and his best right now has taken him far. And I'm just happy that Nigerians are breaking record worldwide everywhere. That's to tell you that yes, we are the one to for the world to actually be looking at right now, because when it comes to Nigeria, a lot of possibilities can happen at this part of the world. And I'm just happy right now being in Nigeria. For a woman to cook for how many hours?
100 hours, over 100 hours.
At least, and then we have boys also skipping for 1 minute.
30 seconds.
That shows that Nigerian youths are no longer lazy, right?
We are not lazy.
And it shows our versatility. we can delve into almost anything and more or less dominate. And I think these young men are good examples to the rest of the youths that in anything, just do your best and everything will come to light. Everything will come to light. Just put your mind at it. Looking at Philip Solomon and Benga Ezekiel of Nigeria right now. At least they mention Nigeria. To leave those to celebrate them for what they've done. 1 minute, 265 rope skipping, and also 30 seconds, 153. Still though, you can't just understand how they were able to do that in just that particular short time. Congrats to both of them being recognized by Guinness World Record. More records will be broken by Nigerians. Always very resilient when it comes to doing things, and they will continue to break more records there. Away from that particular record coming from that organization, let's talk about the Federations Cup. Matches will be coming up in the Federations Cup. Well, let's look at the quarterfinals fixtures for men. Well, that draw was actually made, and now we look at how they will be facing themselves. It's battle of all the teams that will be playing
in the rather they are playing the MPFA anyway. So right now they are meeting themselves again, beating out all the team from the lower leagues. Bende Insurance, the unbeatable Bende Insurance, invincible team. Right now we're playing against Sunshine Stars, Warri Wolves versus Lobby Stars, Kwara United. They'll be facing Plateau United in the North Central Derby in the Federations Cup, and Rangers International will also be playing against Doma United.
I think the fixture is balanced, very balanced. It's only Warri Wolves that is playing in the NNL, and after they were able to pick Gombe United 1-0 at the Go Project, the coach was talking tough in person of Aliu that they have their eyes set to get to the final and leave the trophy and then probably get the continental ticket. And all matches will be happening on Sunday. It will be played simultaneously. I think we'll have 2 games that will be going down in Abuja here at the Go Project, Plateau United against Kwara United, and the other games that will also come up in Abuja here, and then other centers across the country. But sincerely speaking, I think like you mentioned, all the MPFL teams want to actually show their power also. Let's say the lower teams are outside Warri Wolves that's still remaining. How will Warri Wolves fare among it's just like a sheep among the lion right now. How is it going to fare? But beautiful one, the oldest competition in Nigeria, and it has come off. I think the competition at some point was not giving this much attention and recognition, but right now, even without the sponsor, I think the Federation Cup this year is far better than what I've seen for the past 2 seasons when it comes to Federation's Cup, even without the sponsor. And this time around, because of that continental ticket that has been tagged to it, you see all teams taking the Federation's Cup serious. If you can't get the continental ticket from the regular season, then if you can leave the FA Cup trophy, you are sure of getting the automatic qualification to go and play in the continent. That is why you see all teams are just need to see how they can remain in the Federations Cup. So we are bound to see good matches in the quarterfinals and then straight to the semi-finals, and then probably whoever makes it to the final. I think all the 8 teams, anybody that gets to the semi-final deserves to be there.
Now, from the way it is right now, well, these teams will be fighting for the quarterfinals. 8 teams, and we can see Warri Wolves, Lobby, Kwara, Plateau, Rangers, Doma, and Bende Insurance, who are right now becoming an invincible team in Nigerian football. They'll be facing Sunshine Stars. And aside that, the women will also be fighting today. Nasarawa Amazons will be taking on Rivers Angels. A big one coming up there. A big fight between the two. Let's see what happens concerning that particular game. Aside that, we look at our team at the World Cup, the Flying Eagles. They've been fantastic after playing 2 matches. 2-1 against Dominican Republic, and also they did well against the Young Azuris of Italy. 2-0. They actually defeated them, and at least Nigerians are happy for the fact that they were able to do that. But football governing body FIFA also celebrate Nigeria. We look at that story. FIFA celebrates Flying Eagles 100% run in under 20 World Cup. So far, we've been able to win 2 games and we're able to score 4 goals, and right now conceding only 1 goal in those 2 encounters. And right now, FIFA said, well, Colombia and Nigeria, they should keep winning. It's as if it's getting an easy ride coming from those 2 nations. And a good one coming from FIFA, recognizing that particular feat from Flying Eagles. Hopefully, they continue to win as they'll be facing, they'll be playing their game, the last match in the group where they are against Brazil. And from the way it is right now, Nigerians can't wait to see what we're going to be doing against Brazil. We did well against Italy 2-0. We did well against Dominican Republic 2-1, and now we're going to be facing Brazil. Do you think we can do it against Brazil?
Of course. I just even want to take a word from what he said. It's a great time to be in Nigeria. And, you know, the youth growth that's coming out of Nigeria is something that is so impressive. You may think that we don't have much facilities and everything, but the talent is there. Like, these young men are playing their hearts. They are representing their countries and doing it in a grand style. I also even want to bring in the women. I know we'll talk about them, but they're also so impressive. Like, it's really a good time to be a Nigerian, to be honest. Like, we're breaking records, we're doing well in almost every sport, we're dominating in almost every sport, we're competing at the highest level. And I certainly think we'll definitely, at least the game against Brazil will definitely be a good one to watch. It's something that I'm looking forward to. I believe we'll win, and I think the boys will definitely do something there. Good
one out there. Now, how many goals do you think we're going to score? Let me take you on that.
2-0.
2-0 coming from Nigeria. Okay, the way you are smiling, I suspect you are from Brazil.
No, I'm not from Brazil. I think for the Flying Eagles, good one for them against the Italians, the young Azuris. On paper, the Azuris were favourite to win that game, but I think the boys actually gave them a different approach. And for the first time of this squad, even at the AFCON, they never played a game like the way they played against the Italians. I saw a total different Flying Eagles against the Italians. They were competent going forward. They were playing as a team. I think Landabelso, you know, when you have a listening ear, you are bound to go well and do far in life. I think Landabelso has heard the cries from all sectors of, as in everybody in Nigeria, that team is playing individual style of football. I think that got to him, and he has to take a very quick decision. Against the Italians, there was no individual play. They played as a unit. Everybody was working for each other, and the Italians never saw it coming. In fact, they
were carried away with the fact that they defeated Brazil 3-2.
Yeah. And the coach, before that game, the coach was talking so tough that, though he mentioned something that Nigerians are fast and physical, and we actually brought that physicality and that pace.
And at that time, he was also playing my games
to see how he can throw Landabelso off his feet. I think Landabelso, being a very smart and a black man, actually has to stand.
Let me take you on that. Can you imagine if we had lost that match? What would I, now?
No, if we had lost that.
Now, I just want to pick Landabelso very that. If we had lost that match against Italy.
You know, I said it here.
Your English would have been different.
No, I said it here on the show that I was scared. Sincerely, I was scared for that game, and I predicted.
Now, I asked the question: if we had
lost the game, it would not be a surprising.
No, what I'm saying is, you would have been saying that Landabelso is the best man in.
Everything is small margins, though. Small margins.
Every situation has its own scenario. If he has lost that game, we would have looked at where he lost it. At least he has tried.
Yes.
But we are going to talk about the way he lost the game, and probably give him some kudos in the area he has actually.
Anyway, just throwing some bants in the studio concerning the FIFA Under-20 World Cup taking place in Argentina. Well, if the Flying Eagles are plying their trade at the Estadio Argentinas in Mendoza, a fantastic performance from them against the young Azuris of Italy, and they will never believe that after 33 years we were able to get our own pound, 36 years, I beg your pardon, to get our own pound of flesh, and right now we're facing Brazil, and we hope that we can do well in that encounter. From this particular story, let's delve into the big one that happened yesterday between Manchester United and Liverpool. Manchester United brushed aside Chelsea to seal Champions League return. Before this game, I remember asking the guests in the studio, I said, well, Chelsea will do this, Chelsea will do that, all that. But really, Man United played a different ball game yesterday. Let me start from you, Johnny. Looking at this game, Casemiro, Martial, Sancho, all of them banging in goals 4-1 against Chelsea. Really, what happened to Chelsea in that game?
You know, I think Chelsea of late they've not been a team. They've, like, even using his words again, they've been a team of individuals. You have a team that there's no real structure, there's no real identity, there's no flow. But honestly, I actually think Chelsea in the following years will come up good. They've now got Pochettino coming in. I feel Pochettino was the right pick in terms of his own understanding of the league. He's taken Tottenham, their own rivals, to a different level. But going back to Man United, Man United had it all to basically take it. They needed a point at least to secure Champions League football and also take out Liverpool. I know where you're mentioning Liverpool, I'm sure you're thinking about me.
I know. I was thinking about you being a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
How did you feel yesterday?
Well, I'm even losing on 2-4 because I had a bet with someone that Liverpool finished above Man U, so I have to pay back now.
Seriously.
But kudos to Man U. They've to be honest, they've actually done well. Their manager, who just came in this season, has done tremendously well. He changed the whole feeling of they were not down, but they were not really the Man U we knew. The people, even though we beat them 7-0.
At least consolation.
But yeah, Man U is a very decent team. I think next season even though City is far and above everybody, but Man U, I also think Chelsea, and hopefully Arsenal, because they did well, even though they didn't win, I would give them their props, can still come up again and try. Chelsea yesterday was really dull. Man U just took them over. Casemiro scored. Casemiro has been a revelation to Man U, I must certainly say.
The man.
From being a he was there to do defensive work, and now he's also chipping in goals. Rashford scored over 30 goals for the season. Everyone could see that it's not all doom and gloom in Man U. They still have something to. They also have the FA Cup to meet against City, at least to stop them from getting the famous treble. So it's an interesting time for the Man United fans. So they have things to look up to.
Well, we'll still come back to you anyway concerning Liverpool, but let's talk about the Man U man. So I see you laughing now. You are so happy that your team qualified.
Well, it was. I love the push that Liverpool actually gave Manchester United and the likes of Newcastle. Because if Liverpool wasn't there, I think Manchester United would have taken this as just with levity and whatever. But because of that push from Liverpool, and you know the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United is a very big one in England. The rivalry between Liverpool is bigger than the rivalry between Manchester United and Manchester City, because these two teams, let me say, they are the eyes of England to the world, because the Champions League, the Premier League,
all the categories
of the competition is in between these two teams. Yeah. And for the game against Chelsea last night, well, Chelsea has actually been suffering. For the first time, I felt pity for Chelsea in a way. I'm not a Chelsea fan,
of course,
but I saw Chelsea as a team that is suffering. If you look at the antecedent of everything that has happened to Chelsea, it's not easy. It's not every team that can actually take the whole issue that happened to Chelsea, from the owner stopping them to buy players. Abramovich was stripped of the team. They sold the team out. Todd Boehly coming with his own ideology and everything, and for the team to still be carrying on. And somebody said something that maybe Abramovich actually lay a curse on Chelsea, because they actually played. I don't want to go.
Let's not go there.
No, I'm not going there.
Now, while you are saying that, I will use down to hold you down. Let's quickly look at how the table is after match day 37 in the EPL. Let's look at our table right now. Well, from the way it is right now, the Man U fans, they're celebrating, at least making the top 4, jumping over. Top 3 now, jumping over Newcastle, and also Liverpool. You know, Liverpool now have not been able to make it to Champions League. It's so painful to Liverpool fans. I saw Mo Salah's statement. Really apologized to Liverpool fans. Someone said, "Well, this is not the time for apology. You guys should have done this all this while. You have the chance to have done the business, but it's coming late." Just like your team, the Gunners. No, they have the chance to have won that cup, but they were dragging feet. Team Man City caught up with them and give them that cup that you actually presented them.
I think Arsenal is if I have the chance to rate all the teams in England this season, I would say Arsenal is the worst team I have. In fact, I saw this season. Why did I say that?
I think that's a harsh.
No, I want to be harsh with Arsenal, because you can't stay at the top of the league for 250 something days.
47.
47 days.
90% of.
Now, it's so sure that Arsenal was going to win the league, and they decided to bottle the league, produce another one, and they handed it over to Manchester City. It's not done. So whatever Arsenal may do, fine, they will get the ticket of playing in the Champions League. But on my own part, is the worst team in England.
Well, from the way you said that's too harsh on Arsenal. What's your take on this?
I think it's harsh. I would say Arsenal definitely had a good season. Maybe not the best, but a good season. And this is where I also try to, even though I'm a Liverpool fan, even though we had a horrible season, but I also want to just give praise to Liverpool, because there's a team called Man City. And if you look at their, I think their last game against Chelsea, someone did analysis of their bench. Their bench cost $650 million. Mm-hmm. I don't know any team that can afford to put such people on the bench. Even on their regular days, they have people like Alvarez, a World Cup winner, on the bench. Kevin Phillips from Leeds City, on the bench. He has barely even played up to 40 minutes in the whole season. On the bench, you have Phil Foden. On the bench, these are people that can walk into any
team,
other team's first 11 on the spot. So Arsenal did what they could. I always told them that to beat City, it's the feeling has to be you have to win every game, and that was what Liverpool did. I mean, Liverpool chased City twice, lost twice by 1 point, 97 and 92.
Yeah.
And I think in any other time in the Premier League era, Liverpool would have won the league. So City is a force to reckon with, and Arsenal has just showed that it is not easy. You to compete with City is not. City is a team you can't bet against. You're basically going to mortgage your house and lose it because they would win the team 5-0.
So now, are you trying to say next season also City could actually come and get it again?
In all honesty, if you're a betting man, the first thing you do is to go and bet City to win the league. Almost certainty.
Man United fan.
Almost certainty.
I don't think so, because every other team will come, almost especially Chelsea. Chelsea is going to be a dreaded team
I
next
agree.
season, because they have the young players there. And now, if Pochettino comes in, the philosophy, the mentality.
You guys are forgetting Newcastle United, kind of.
Newcastle can't keep up with the pace.
No, but that's that's an interesting one, because
Newcastle United,
they've got money now. Their new owners are from Saudi Arabia, and they were able to get into Champions League without spending yet. Which
and look,
gives
they are
them
yet to spend money,
No,
and they have the money.
I think Newcastle will keep up with the pace in a way, but for Chelsea, if Chelsea can get their reading come next season,
I completely
every
agree.
team
Chelsea
will
would.
suffer it in England.
But City is still the team to beat.
I love the fact that it's going this way. The Liverpool man is telling the Man U fan that watch out for City, while he's also mentioning Newcastle United. You are standing with Chelsea.
I'm standing with Chelsea because the young talent that are there in fact, they will be the best team.
Let's just hope they will play like a team next season.
Well, that is what we're hoping.
A wonderful time with Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks so much.
It's been my pleasure.
And Johnny Obiechina, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
The Liverpool man. Well, let's see what Liverpool do next season there. I'm Adeni G. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.